Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the brand new Revopoint Inspire 2. One of the most affordable, portable, and easy to use 3D scanners on the market right now. I've been testing this thing for the past few days, scanning everything from small figures to larger props, and honestly, this little device surprised me in more ways than one. So in this video, we're going to look at what the scanner can actually do. We're going to look at the build quality, scanning performance, software workflow, pros and cons, and of course, real-world results from my own tests. Alright, let's get started. When you open the box, you get the Inspire 2 scanner, USB cables, a mini tripod, a calibration pad, and some markers if you need them for tracking, and depending on your bundle, a turntable as well. In my case, I also got the mobile kit, which can be used with your phone for scanning. Everything is packed neatly, and the scanner is surprisingly lightweight, about the size of a smartphone but thicker, and the scanner is small enough to toss into a backpack without really thinking about it. It definitely leans into portability, which is one of Revopoint's biggest strengths. No big power bricks or cables, simple and portable. The Inspire 2 keeps a clean, minimalistic design. It's plastic, but sturdy, but honestly it feels well built for its price point. And thanks to the upgraded dual camera setup, you get much better depth perception and tracking than the previous generation. One thing that stood out during long scanning sessions is that it stays cool as well. No overheating and no random disconnects. A simple, functional design that does what it needs to do. Setup is fast. Plug it in, open the Revopoint Metro software, and you're scanning within seconds. The interface of the software is pretty simple. You get a live preview window, you get options as well where you can change things like the exposure and other settings as well. Even if you've never used a 3D scanner before, this feels pretty intuitive. I'd say the learning curve is much smaller than scanners in the $1,000 to $3,000 range. I'm also going to leave some links in the video description for some tutorials that I found pretty useful when it comes to using this particular scanner. To really see what the Inspire 2 could do, I scanned several objects of different sizes. One thing became clear quickly: this scanner really shines with medium-sized objects, like this apocalypse figure, which is about 14 inches tall. What I appreciate most is that you're not forced to capture the entire object in one continuous scan. The Inspire 2 and the Revo Metro software lets you scan multiple parts separately and then merge them all together later. That's exactly what I did for this model. I scanned the front, the back, and a few overlapping sections independently. After that, I used the merge tools inside the Revo Metro software to combine everything. You can merge parts automatically or switch to manual alignment if the automatic mode doesn't get it perfect. In my case, everything merged really cleanly. The only rough area for this particular model was on the leg, and honestly that was my fault, because the figure kept slightly shifting while I was capturing it. With a stable object, the results would be even better. Another thing that impressed me is how well the Inspire 2 handles textures. Obviously these aren't production-ready textures, they will always have fake lighting depending on your room setup, but for this apocalypse figure, the color capture was surprisingly good. And you can export your model with traditional texture files or as a vertex paint. The Revo Metro software is also really fast. From the raw scan to generating a mesh to adding textures, the processing feels quick and responsive. The software also includes solid cleanup tools, though of course you can take the model into Blender, ZBrush, or whatever program you prefer. One more thing that deserves attention: scan depth and background rejection. While scanning, I had the objects on a computer desk, with my keyboard, mouse, and all kinds of background clutter nearby. The Inspire 2 did a fantastic job at ignoring everything except the target object. It doesn't pick up random background noise unless something is directly interfering. Tracking stability is also excellent. As long as your object has some unique features, the scanner almost never loses track. And if it does slip for a second, it relocks onto the object almost instantly. You can also pause and resume scanning at any time, which is extremely useful. Overall, I'm really happy with how the apocalypse figure turned out. The viewport results looked great, and when I rendered the final mesh in Marmoset Toolbag, the details held up incredibly well. You can absolutely use scans like this for photogrammetry style workflows, game assets, references, or even 3D printing. Outside the apocalypse figure, I tried the Inspire 2 on other items as well, like this small Arnold figure and a very large dinosaur as well. I also tried it on this T-Rex dinosaur, which is also mid-sized. What I learned is that the scanner is best suited for objects around the size of the Apocalypse or smaller. For very large objects, it still works, but you'll want to use the included tracking dots. The software relies on them to maintain consistent alignment across the big surface. I also haven't done a lot of tests with very large objects, so take that information with a grain of salt. The Revopoint software ties everything together. You can align multiple scans, merge them, smooth or fill holes, generate meshes, apply textures, and export in common formats like OBJ, STL, and Ply. The speed and responsiveness of the software genuinely helps the whole experience feel smooth. For a scanner in this price range, the software quality is a big part of what makes it appealing. So the pros for the scanner are that it's great for medium-sized objects, it allows for multiple scans which you can then merge into one, surprisingly good texture quality, it has really strong tracking stability, good background rejection, portable and beginner-friendly, fast processing in the Revopoint software. A few cons is that the texture is not production grade, but this all depends on your lighting as you are capturing the object, and large objects in my experience for the most part require tracking dots for you to get good results. The tracking dots do come included with your purchase. Overall, the Inspire 2 is a fantastic entry-level 3D scanner, especially for artists, 3D printing enthusiasts, and anyone wanting clean, usable scans without spending thousands. I got great results even without the ideal lighting conditions, so with a proper setup you can push the scanner even further. If you're thinking about getting into scanning for game assets, digital doubles, prop work, photogrammetry style workflows, or model reproduction, the Inspire 2 is a surprisingly capable tool for that price. If you're looking for a tool that can digitize objects quickly and cleanly without breaking your budget, this is a great option to consider. If you are interested in this particular scanner, I'm gonna leave a link in the video description. I'm pretty sure you can get it at a discounted price using that link. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you want me to test this scanner on specific objects or compare it to other scanners like the Revopoint Mini or Range, let me know in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.